I think that's probably the largest we have within CARICOM. So effectively what it means is that people looking at Ian within CARICOM as well as outside of CARICOM, so that the diaspora from Trinidad would normally depend on Ian for local news, you know. So that's basically what in a nutshell. But Ian is here for his philanthropic work, and we always say that whenever there's any major issue in Trinidad that create hardship for people, Ian is the first one to come on board, find money, find food, find some relief, find trucks to go and get people from where they is. I mean, it's endless. So that's basically why Ian is here in that capacity as well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a pleasure being here with all of you tonight. Could you all join me as we bow our heads and close our eyes in prayer? Merciful God, we thank you for this evening of celebration, for your love, your light. We thank you for each mind and heart that fills the presence of this room, for your goodness, your blessings over us. We pray that each member and their families, for our country, its people, and our world as we meander through the pandemic and the uncertainty that we face. Plant in us seeds of hope, grant us your grace and mercy, renew our spirit daily, fill us with your peace and joy. Keep love at the forefront of our minds, that we may spread it amongst each other everywhere we go, and may it be the guiding light for all we set out to accomplish and celebrate. In this season, always, may God continue to bless our nation and our world. Amen.
Thank you, Daniel. Now let's stand in position for the national anthem. CCIC Director, Mr. Cairo, which is the head of Cairo.
Good evening, everyone. You may have your seats. Thank you, Kevin. His Worship, Mayor of Chaguanas, Mr. Faik Mohammed, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mrs. I.A.N. Alleyne APP, CEO of Digicel Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Abraham Smith, President and Board of Directors of the Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce, President of the Cuba Point Visas Chamber of Commerce, Mukesh Ramsingh, award winners, specially invited guests, and to those of you viewing online and on television. Good evening, and welcome to the Chaguanas Chamber of Industries and Commerce's annual award ceremony, powered this year by Digicel. We are streaming live on MCTV and on Facebook Live. My name is Kyron Regis, PRO for the CCIC, and it's my pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's event. Without further ado, we will now hear remarks from the President of the CCIC, Mr. Richie Sukai. So let's please put our hands together. Welcome Mr. Sukai to the podium.
Secretary, Ms. I.A.N Ministry of Trade and Industry, CEO of Sales. We have also the President of the Hoover Point Pieces Chamber. Sorry about that. President of the Hoover Point Pieces Chamber and his fellow board members, Mr. Ian and Ms. Alicia. Thank you so much for being a part of our functions. Members from the media, we also have distinguished members from the Ministry of Trade and Communication. So we are also happy to have each one of our awardees here this afternoon. This event has been, topsy-turvy whether or not we will be able to pull it off. And I'm so happy that we're able to honor the people of Chaguanas, not only showing the entrepreneurial spirit, but the good and the background in terms of strong education and values that come out from Chaguanas. In 2020, March, the world was now beginning to hear about COVID-19. And the interesting part about it is that a lot of people didn't take heed. We made a joke about the virus, said it was, out from China, might stay there, might die, don't go there. The world was looking on, not thinking what was going to happen. Looking further into 2020, the interesting part is the Eastern Asia was actually, most impacted first. So you had countries basically like Thailand, Vietnam, and many others within the Asian borders looking on and having cases starting to spike. Then with the variation in numbers, we weren't too sure what was happening. It was interesting though, because I was in India in March of 2020, right before borders started to close. And yet, in India, the general vibe was a joke. I'm pretty sure they weren't saying that a couple months into it. 2020, the world looked on, and we looked for hope, the hope of a vaccine. When 2021 dawned, we were like, okay, it's coming, the vaccine is here. Maybe we will gain a sense of normalcy and bring that, what we know as a normal, back to our lives. We can travel. We wouldn't have this protection on our faces. We can meet our friends, family, and loved ones because the vaccine were here. Now we're in December 2021. How has it changed from December 2020? We look back at it. We have a new variant. We have spikes. What is really going on? We have hesitancy. We were waiting for a vaccine, waiting for an answer. The answer is there. We wanted the government to provide various vaccines. They did. The business community stepped up their game. We ran vaccine drive with the president for the Hoover Point Research, newly appointed board. In weeks, he was able to run a vaccine drive for 3 months. And he graciously gave the Chaguanas Chamber an opportunity to partner with him, and we want to thank you for that. Right? But with a new board, he was able to run a vaccine drive. And with the board from the Chaguanas Chamber, because we were fairly new also, well, my board, not me, we were able to help and vaccinate the population. So we brought the vaccines there. What was this year? Our local individuals had the vaccines at their mouths. Yet we saw many non-nationals stepping up their game, begging to be vaccinated. What's the issue? So in 2020, our economy contracted by 7%. In 2021, it's projected to contract by a further 1%. We have a worsening debt to GDP ratio. So what are we seeing here? Is it just darkened skies? Where's the silver lining? 2022 didn't prove to be better. Hopefully, Santa Claus will bring vaccines. Oh, sorry, I should say, Santa Claus will bring wisdom to those who are against the vaccine, possess the hesitancy. But if he doesn't, well, I guess we're all in the naughty list for the rest of 2022. But that being said, what else are we going to look forward to 2022 economy-wise? Yes, there is going to be a turnaround in the oil and gas economy. Trinidad and Tobago will benefit from that, as usual. And when the boom hits, all right, nice. There's a new set of money that's entering the country, but is that sustainable money? Is it what we are about? You know, I sat briefly speaking with Mr. Abraham, the CEO of himself, talking about what is the one thing he sees this country as and what we possess. It's not the oil in our ground, but it's the people that we live in our land. We have a Tom SCA winner for Chaguanas, and we're honored to have her here tonight, you know, to celebrate her accomplishment. That is just an example of what we as Trinidadians have to offer to the world. So we don't only have our oil and gas to export. We have human capital, which is far more invaluable. And we are losing that human capital daily due to inability to find jobs. You have people with masters who are well decorated, and yet they find no hope, but look for anything that they can get just to make a living. As a Chamber of Commerce, it is our duty to build a future, not only for the business community, but by Trinidad, the whole of Trinidad and Tobago by extension. How do we do that? How do we revitalize? We do it in collaboration with government. We speak on their level. We invite them to see the problems and issues. It's not a fight, because we will end nowhere. We can only achieve this by unity and collaboration. And that's why the strong collaboration that the Chaguanas Chamber possesses with the Ministry of Trade and Commerce and the Minister himself, through you, the PS, we are happy to know that that collaboration is there. There's strength in that. The business community is here to always assist, but we need government's help. Tonight we have several awardees in different sectors: for entrepreneurship, for philanthropy, for education, for innovation. And all these entrepreneurs, all these awardees are born and bred Chaguanas. This is just a drop, a sample of what we are. Business community have to acknowledge the strength and worth of your business chamber, because we're the ones that are lobbying for change, for betterment. How many times may we talk over and over about infrastructure work that needs to be done in Chaguanas? How many times do we need to talk about traffic plan? How many times we need to talk about the access of Wi-Fi or free internet? And that's why I'm happy that the CEO of Digital has decided to join us and partner with the Chaguanas Chamber. And we are hoping that in 2022 we can see new initiatives coming forward in terms of digitalizations that will bring a change, and not just a change for today, tomorrow, that is a quick patch for COVID-19, but something sustainable that could take Trinidad and Tobago forward internationally via this sort of digitalization. This partnership is not only for business, but we can look strategically in terms of security issues, which we face daily in this Burgess. The mayor is here, and I'm happy he's here, and he will know about some of the issues that we're having. Recently, the Chamber donated a drone to the TTKS Central Division. And with that initiative we brought forward, it opened the door to allow technology to enhance the way policing is done in Chaguanas. And by extension, the rest of Trinidad and Tobago could take example from that. We talk about issues that COVID-19 has given the business community. One of them being the global supply chain crashing, issues of supply of raw material, issues with the port, logistics. I have one of our famous broker here, Trans Brokerage, and they will tell you daily basis what we deal with as a business community. That is not only because of the international issues, but it's also issues that stem locally. Customs need to step up their game to be able to filter the goods that are coming into this country in a fast and efficient manner so that we can make Trinidad and Tobago a commercial hub. But how do we do this? Collaboration is needed. But not only collaboration, but true transformation that could only be brought about with the fortitude to actually take this step further and transform what we want. We have digitalizations, we have processes, but yet when you go to customs with your documents, they send it back to valuation and then back to you and then back to translation and back to God knows where. By the time you're done, you end up paying more in rent and demurrage and duties than for the actual item. So it's sad, it's really sad what we're dealing with on a daily basis. However, there is hope. And the hope lies with us. It lies with collaboration. It lies with meeting with these entities to be able to bring the transformation that we need. With that being said, I don't want to take too much time. I'll keep on going rambling. But we're hoping that tonight could spark different conversations. It could ignite the entrepreneurial spirit even further. And for all the awardees that are accepting this token of appreciation on behalf of the Chaguanas Chamber, know that you are valued. And all our members and staff are valued entities and contribute to what Chaguanas is and what Chaguanas will be for the future. Before I close, I know I have a very young board, and I just want everyone here to acknowledge, my board of directors. I have Ms. Karina Suku, Ms. Alicia Mahias, who everyone knows, Mr. Kyron Regis, Mr. Kevin Ramboli, Dan Austin from Extra Foods. I'm sure he needs no introduction. Mr. Palan Raj, Mr. Sajid Ahmed, Mr. Sunil Malik, sir. And unfortunately, we don't have Dr. Valmiki Arjun. He is a bit tied up, and you know how to get appointments at the time like this is always difficult. So I guess we didn't reconsider in time. I want to thank everyone, for being here, for accepting the awards, and do have a safe and Merry Christmas. And please, if you know anyone who isn't vaccinated, contact Mukesh. We will get you vaccinated.
Thank you, Mr. Sukai. We will now welcome His Worship, the Mayor of Chaguanas, Mr. Faik Mohammed, to bring greetings. Let's welcome Mayor Mohammed.
Pleasant good afternoon, President of the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Chaguanas, Mr. Sukai, members of the Board of Directors for Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce, CEO of Digital, representatives from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, especially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once more. It is indeed a pleasure to bring greetings from the Borough of Chaguanas this afternoon at this annual award ceremony. We are here to recognize the businesses in Central community who have done exceptional within the Borough of Chaguanas and who went above and beyond their corporate social responsibility. We take this opportunity to celebrate their remarkable strides both within our community of Chaguanas and our nation. You are here today because of the sacrifices you have made. So I urge you all to keep up the good work. You all have worked diligently to create a better community and a positive environment. Despite being in a pandemic with economic constraints, business in Chaguanas is booming. Recently, I had the opportunity to open 5 new businesses, which is a good sign for commerce and it speaks volumes for Chaguanas. It is safe to call Chaguanas the commerce capital of Trinidad and Tobago. However, we have a major problem in Chaguanas, and that's traffic. Even though traffic is a good indicator that there's business activity, it's also a major deterrence to commerce. I therefore ask the Chamber to join in my call to the government to put some emphasis in Chaguanas Borough, to create new road networks that are much needed, because we have an expanded borough with businesses coming into Chaguanas on a daily basis, and our population size is only increasing. Yet, the size of our road networks remains the same. So I ask the Chamber to please join in this call to lobby the government for much needed infrastructural growth. At the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, we will continue to sustain a relationship with the business community. We will continue to support efforts by entrepreneurs and business developers. And we are committed to working together with all stakeholders to create a safe and secure environment for all. I thank you for your support you have given to the Borough of Chaguanas and the corporation, and I hope you continue to do so. I wish you all season greetings, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Mayor Mohammed. We will now have greetings from our title sponsor, Digicel. And now let's welcome to the stage the CEO of Digicel TNT, Mr. Abraham Smith. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Smith.
I wish every time I walked into a room I had that kind of voice saying that. That was great. Greetings, everyone. Nice to see you. His Worship the Mayor of Chaguanas, Faik Mohammed, Acting Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Ms. I.A.N. ably noted. President Board of Directors of the Chamber, the Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce, President of Cuba, Point Lisa's Chamber of Commerce, Mukesh Singh, awardees, invited guests, everyone watching from home or streaming. As you see behind me, Better Together, that's not just a tagline for us. We try to live and breathe that in everything we do. This is why we're excited to collaborate with the Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce as the title sponsor. Tonight we'll celebrate the award winners in areas of education, innovation, philanthropy, entrepreneurship, which are important areas needed, not just in Chaguanas, but in our country. Digicel has been part of the Borough Court of Chaguanas since our entry into the market in Trinidad and Tobago 15 years ago. We enjoy the synergies that arise out of being part of this community, and we look forward to further fruitful relationships. I want to congratulate the CCIC for the work that it's done and continues to do in Chaguanas, especially during this pandemic, with special mentionship of its partnership with TTPS and the various vaccination drives that you've done. I think this word, industry and commerce, often industry is thought of as the mechanics of making things, but industry also needs hard work, and it's clear that you put in hard work. It's no secret that a growing concern in the borough has been the need for increased security, and we couldn't agree more. Customers need to feel safe while they shop, and businesses need to be safe to operate. These challenges present an opportunity to utilize technology, smart cameras, other digital interventions to help keep people safe, support business growth, and to help the borough to advance as one of the leading business districts in the country. Tonight, you've got my commitment, Mr. Mayor, that Digicel will remain your trusted partner to help you accomplish all these objectives. And we all know that technology can play a key role in helping to create peace of mind. Difficult times. When times come, it also creates opportunity, and I think these awardees, you show that you take advantage of that. And we applaud your efforts, we salute your excellence, and we look forward to what's next. So, on behalf of the whole Digicel team, in advance to all of our winners tonight. Everyone, please stay safe, and encourage everybody to get vaccinated so we can continue to be better together. Merry Christmas, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Next on our agenda is the featured speaker for tonight's event. And we would now like to welcome to the podium Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mrs. I.A.N.
President, Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Abraham Smith, Digicel, members of the Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce, deserving award recipients, members of the business community, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first begin by extending greetings and congratulations to all awardees on behalf of my minister, the Honorable Paul who unfortunately could not attend tonight's event. The last 20 months have undoubtedly been particularly challenging for us all, not only from an individual or business standpoint, but as a collective, as a nation. And whether we admit it or not, the air has felt different. And events like tonight certainly come as a breath of fresh air, where we celebrate what is good, what is positive in the community, and what is thoughtful. It is therefore a pleasure to join in this evening as we recognize exemplars of Chaguanas who have shown resilience, innovation, resolve, and philanthropy despite uncertain times. The Chaguanas Chamber has distinguished itself as a leader in the Central region, contributing positively to both the community's socio-economic recovery and the broader national development. This devoted leadership is critical now more than ever as you seek to guide your membership and by extension the power to economic recovery. Your organization, as the President just said, is one of the key stakeholders of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and we will continue to collaborate to develop and implement the necessary policies and programs to build sustainable businesses and economic growth. The government recognizes the importance of entrepreneurship and has articulated in its National Development Strategy, also called Vision 2030, the need to create a culture and climate for entrepreneurship and innovation. And guided by both Vision 2030 and the Roadmap to Recovery report, this government, and in particular the Ministry of Trade and Industry, is doing the necessary to ensure an enabling and entrepreneurship-friendly business environment. And I heard the President lament the operations of the Customs and Excise Division. And what I can say is that I chair a committee, which is called the Trade Facilitation Committee, which is where we look at issues that affect trade facilitation and certainly meet regularly with customs, the control of customs, and look at ways in which we can debottleneck some of the issues, the very issues that you spoke of. To achieve this, we are reforming and strengthening various state agencies, expanding funding facilities to meet the needs of entrepreneurs of different sizes and stages of growth, and focusing on implementing programs which will aid in building capacity and globally competitive businesses in targeted sectors and record keeping, trading, management, inventory control, and health and safety so that businesses are able to meet their financial difficulties they often face, and in particular to be able to migrate into the formal economy. The entrepreneurial ecosystem will allow the government to ensure that the necessary policies and programs are tailored to meet the financial and non-financial needs of the small enterprises. This is where you, the Chamber, will have a critical role to play. In order to make this entrepreneurial ecosystem a reality, a strong and effective public-private partnership between chambers like yourself and the government is very much needed. I now wish to turn to recognize all awardees here tonight for their efforts in the areas of education, innovation, philanthropy, and entrepreneurship. And in particular, I would like to single out Ms. Rovina Bazdeo for your resilience, hard work, and dedication. I simply cannot imagine what it is like to switch to the virtual learning environment and still maintain the high level of focus required to excel in your field. While indeed an inspiration for the young and the old, especially us here tonight. And I would like to give you the words of Booker T. Washington, who said that success is to be measured not by the position that one has achieved in life, but by the obstacles which were overcome while trying to succeed. Well done, Rovina. I also recognize that also recognize the President and the executive membership and the membership of the Chamber for being a pillar of strength in the borough of Chaguanas. I assure you that the Ministry of Trade and Industry will continue to collaborate with the Chamber, to listen to you, and to work towards policies that will redound to the benefit of the business community. I also would like to take the opportunity to commend you for your vaccination drive, partnering with the private sector and the public sector to facilitate vaccine administration. To the awardees, again, I congratulate and encourage you to continue in this vein, knowing that a life worth living is a life in service to others. On behalf of the Minister of Trade and Industry once again, and by extension the Government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, I wish you, your membership, and your families the best for a safe Christmas and an even brighter, prosperous new year. I thank you.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary. Well, we're now getting into the heart of why we're here this evening, to show acknowledgement to those that have triumphed in the face of great uncertainty and difficulty. I would like to call on the Vice President of the CCIC, Mr. Baldat Maharaj, to chair this evening's presentation of awards. Let's welcome Mr. Maharaj.
Present, so I will do a short bio of all the awardees and now come to collect the award. I'll start with Ravina Basil in recognition of her outstanding performance in the SEA 2021 exam. Ms. Ravina Basil was 13 years of age and started her academic journey at Kids Park Preschool at the age of 2. She was guided along the path of her first step of basic knowledge by a highly talented preschool teacher, which allowed her to enter to Montrose Government Private School. For the 7 years where she spent most of her time occupied with studies. Rare for her, but this was all done in her good grades. During the pandemic, especially while awaiting the arrival of one of the biggest exams in her life, SEA, and focused even more on her studies. She even took it upon herself to write a book featuring the narrative essays she wrote during her preparation for SEA. As an author has always been one of her countless dreams, and she didn't want her stories to go to waste. The book was written at the age of 12. Her amazing family, friends, and teachers shared her along the new step. In the long run, it all paid off, and she managed to not only pass for St. Augustine Girls High School, but also rank as one of the third-place students in this country, which she is eternally grateful for. She hopes to continue being an author, succeed in her studies, and experience that expertise again. So I now invite Ms. Ravina Basil to the podium to collect our award.
Go.
I now move on to awardee number 2, Mr. Balkaran. In recognition of their outstanding contribution, innovation, and excellence in business. Balkaran Diapasad, a project control specialist, went into business in the engineering design and construction field in May 2010. A few years later, as his dreams and vision widened, he thought about where we were as a country. What stood out to him the most was the loss of our culture and how our heritage was greatly overlooked. We had lost our sense of being Trinbagonian. In his mind, he saw the loss of value for historical traditions. Technology has taken over the younger generation, and our talent and society was lost in the American and European philosophy. With that vision, Rhythm Communication Network Limited and Multicultural Television, MCTV, was created. A totally local television station, I want to repeat that, a totally local television station, operating out of Charleston, catering to the cultural, social, political, and general public of Trinidad and Tobago. This station hosts programs such as A Brighter Morning with Bo, Mr. Speaker Phil, Green Corner, A Better Mind, Everything Woman, Life with the Ramsey, Dominic Joe, Tamasha, as well as the latest major news and sportscasts, and a host of other local programming. This television station can be viewed on all major cable networks in Trinidad and Tobago: Flow, Ampliel, Digital, ICNTT, Green Dot, LA, IVR, RVR, and Mayoral cable. They are also streamed on all major social media platforms as well. Inclusivity and partner with all production houses, groups, and individuals allows MCTV to always have content of relevance for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Keeping our culture alive, keeping our heritage alive, bringing back our historical values to the younger generation so they can understand where we came from and how we reached this far as a nation. MCTV, bringing you back to where you belong. Our Rhythm Communication Network, connecting cultures, connecting communities. And now welcome Mr. Balkaran Diapasad to accept this award. This award is presented to I.A.N. Farmer Limited in recognition of their outstanding innovation, resilience, and excellence in business. I.A.N. Farmer Limited, also known as I.A.N., was born during the COVID-19 pandemic, co-founded by alumni of Presentation College Chaguanas, Navid Devlorai, who is a pharmacist, Kevin Mahabir, chemical engineer, and Deepak Kunal, engineer and entrepreneur, with the goal of developing an ultra-convenient, innovative pharmacy. During the pandemic, it was difficult and unsafe for the elderly and patients with comorbidities to put themselves at risk, especially to fulfill their monthly medication and prescription needs. I.A.N. offered many innovative ways for orders to be processed through their downloadable app, WhatsApp, website, chat forms, and traditional phone calls. Items could have been collected in store, curbside, or even delivered to your door, with all protocols being observed. IFAM also offers an innovative pill packaging service where your prescriptions are packaged into the time it is to be taken as opposed to patients having to mess with many bottles and open packets. Mr. Lau, who is collecting the award on behalf of IFAM, is a former national scholarship winner, National Youth Award winner for volunteerism, fellow of the Institute of Mechanical Engineers, very involved in philanthropy, having run the UV Blood Donor Foundation and Alumni Association of Presentation for the Children for many years, as well as assisting numerous other organizations. A serial entrepreneur, having founded and run multiple businesses, including Highway Plaza, Freeport, Harry Plaza in Freeport, Polytech, Dental Care, Gas RM Engineering, Tree Stripe Technology. He is an active member of the Chaguanas community and the current chairman of the Point Villains Limited. I now have Mr. Deepak to accept this award. So we move on to award number 4. This presentation is done for a club supermarket in recognition of their outstanding contribution from philanthropic efforts to the borough of Chaguanas and the nation of Trinidad and Tobago as a whole. Price Club Supermarket opened its doors in June 1994 with a team of 35 staff members with the aim and hope to provide quality goods and services for the purchasers of Chaguanas at a competitive price. Today, the Price Club has expanded its operation based on staff and customer input to now house over 20 fully stocked departments, including organic and health products, garden supplies, furniture, and a personal range of home decor. The staff of over 150 dedicated members are there to provide exceptional service to their loyal customers coming from all over the country. Price Club also participates in various community outreach programs such as free to existing COVID-19 food relief via food hamper drive, flood relief via food hampers, cleaning supplies, mattresses, and in some cases, labor to help with cleaning. Supporting sports development in our youth via sponsorship and awards, roadworks and grass cutting along local government entities through the supply of equipment, resources, and labor. Price Club invites you to come and enjoy the shopping comfort of over 70,000 square feet of space with convenient and safe parking. The Price Club is a low price leader. I now invite a representative from the Price Club Supermarket to collect the award on behalf of Price Club. So the representative of Price is not here. We move on to award number 5. Who is presented to Mr. Ian Alleyne for his philanthropic efforts to improve the lives of others. Tonight we celebrate Ian Alleyne. Ian, who was born in Chaguanas, is the son of Ian Alleyne, Bishop of St. Wood Ministry, located on the currently Savannah Road, Chaguanas. He started his career with his uncle, Dr. Joseph Hussein. He was transitioned into media, in which he founded Chaguanas, Crime Watch, which later evolved Trinidad and Tobago Crime Watch. His show has been aired on Win TV, TV6, TNT3, and today no one has ever been able to compare to his ratings. In 2016, Ian launched the I.A.N network, which he entered into a contractual agreement with Synergy Television, where he purchased airtime a year ahead to air Crime Watch program. His program has reached international levels as the viewership ranges throughout Europe, Canada, and South America, just to name a few. Just days ago, as of December 1st, Ian Crime Watch show engaged the attention of the YouTube channel, where the statistic reveals that between November 1st, 2016 and December 1st, 2021, the viewership of this program reached over 13 million viewers globally. I think I should repeat that. Just days ago, as of 1st December 2021, Ian's Crime Watch show engaged the attention of the YouTube channel, where the statistic reveals that between November 1st, 2016 and December 1st, 2021, the viewership of his program reached over 30 million viewers. The YouTube channel also revealed that between November 1st, 2020, the height of the pandemic, and December 1st, 2021, his Crime Watch was viewed by 30 million people, not only locally but globally. For many years, Ian has undertaken numerous humanitarian work using the Crime Watch platform to assist in disaster relief to hundreds of thousands of people in Trinidad and Tobago. Currently, he is enrolled as a law student in the Bachelor of Law program, LLB, where he will join his two sisters, Leander and Leandra, who are both attorneys at law. Mr. Alleyne is currently expanding the I.A.N network so as to continue his humanitarian efforts and nation-building projects. I now welcome Mr. Ian Leslie Alleyne to receive the award from Chaguanas Chamber.
Ian displays exactly the spirit of what the Chaguanas people and the businesses all, and we want to thank him and all the awardees for accepting him tonight. Ian in particular, we showed where YouTube is such a powerful social media, such a powerful outlet, not only for your program, but for businesses as a whole. And as we have partners like DigiSite, who is on the forefront of technology and digitalization, we can understand a little more about the role of influencers and what they do in our business. And the word influencers should be transitioned into social media marketers, because ideally that's what they are. Eventually, we will start looking to that as a new program, and we should be doing more. So where we think that the traditional doctor, lawyer, and engineer is the role that we are accustomed to, it's transitioning, and there's something new. So again, once again, thank you. Not only that you bring an entertaining program, but you also bring that viewership to the business of Chaguanas. Again, for your innovation, that e-pharmacy is the very first, I would say, within the Chaguanas and the region. You and your Deepak is a brilliant young man. I've known him for many years, and this again, along with him, this shows what we have to do to change for us. So, well, thank you.
Thank you for those who have seen. We move on to awarding number 6. This award is being presented to the Cooper Producers Chamber of Commerce in recognition of your partnership, support of the work of the Chaguanas Chamber and the nation of Trinidad and Tobago. The Cooper Producers Chamber of Commerce seeks to facilitate the consistent economic growth of Cooper and producers, with emphasis on ongoing social and cultural community links. They strive to make our community and country the pride of the region, our mission. In order to achieve the objective of the philanthropy, the Cooper Producers Chamber of Commerce will responsibly plan, organize, finance, and conduct activities to benefit their members and community by consistently stimulating their members' participation in the development of the community they seek to link. Cooper Producers Chamber promotes their members' business and interests nationally and regionally to create a business for further economic growth and forge deep, lasting social and cultural community links through respect and contribution to the lives of all who work in the region. Cooper Producers Chamber also promotes the education of youth through their professional strengths and interest to ensure that Cooper Producers becomes a stronger region. And now, welcome the President of the Cooper Producers Chamber,
Historically, we find that we use camaraderie when it comes to chambers, and we always have programs where we serve very closely to the geographically. So we're kind of fighting to that at the same time. This is one of these rare occasions we come together. We want to, this is a recognition for all members and allowing Chaguanas to partner with you during vaccination drive. It's such a great initiative, and it shows strength. And as the CEO of the said, better together. We are better together. And, hoping to build better and bigger networks of the internet.
And to close off the awards, I'd like to invite the Studio Digital, our main sponsor, Mr. Abraham Scott, to collect an award. That's okay. So thank you for being a good audience. I invite our Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Mr. Maharaj. Congratulations to all of our awardees tonight. What we're going to do now is we're going to do something in the spirit of Christmas and in the spirit of giving. We want to give away 2 hampers to 2 lucky winners. And these hampers were donated by Extra Foods, and I just want to acknowledge them right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a number. And each of you, when you came in, you would have received a number. The Chamber of Commerce Directors, you are not included. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a number. And if it's your number, you'll be a lucky winner tonight. And I'll have Director Daniel Austin also present the hamper to you. So the first number we're going to draw is number 15. If you have number 15. Director. Nobody got number 15? All right. If nobody got number 15, I'll draw another number. Number 11. Anybody got number 11? Wow. I'm going to keep going. Let me see. Number 7. Here we go. Would you please come to collect your hamper tonight? Good to see extra foods. Let's give a clap. Congratulations.
I need a bigger token.
Let me pick another number. Hopefully, I see what it is. Because we're a limited gathering, trying to stay within the protocols. Let me see. All right, number 4. Do we have number 4? Somebody didn't receive number 4, received number 7. All right. The lucky number 1. There we go. Let's put our hands together for it. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end, but before we go, I would like to introduce Director, Mr. Sunil Unesa, to come and give the vote of thanks. Let's put our hands together for him.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols observed, especially COVID-19 protocol. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the beginning of thankfulness. We firstly like to thank the grace of God for all of us being here tonight. With a deep sense of appreciation, we'll first like to thank the recipients of the various awards received. Your magnanimous achievements throughout the years show your effort and your resilience. You should all be proud being honored here tonight. The President and Board would like to convey our heartfelt gratitude to the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. I.A.N. APP. Ian, I don't think there's any relation there, right? There's no relation there to Mrs. I.A.N.
I wish.
You wish?
I wish.
Looking for position in government?
I wish.
Thank you very much for taking time out in your busy schedule to be with us today. We also say a heartfelt thank you to the Honorable Minister, I mentioned Paula Spoon, Minister of Trade and Industry, for her foresight in making it easier doing business in Trinidad. That's a challenge for her. We know. A special thanks to His Worship Mayor Faik Mohammed for his continued support to the Chamber and our initiatives, as well as for his leadership in the borough of Chaguanas. Mr. Mayor, we look forward to your reduced traffic excitement in Chaguanas for Christmas, right? To our platinum sponsor, Digital, Mr. Abraham Smith, thank you for powering this year's function. We really appreciate and trust that this digital service continues in the future, better, together, and stronger with the Chamber. Partnerships are always welcome to our Chamber. Mr. Mukesh Ramsingh, President of the Cuba Provincial Chamber of Commerce, thank you for your collaborative joint effort with us over the last couple of months. I look forward to collaborating with you on the tennis court. Love order. Mr. President of the Chamber and fellow directors, I thank you for looking sharp as usual and ensuring our oath as a Chamber is maintained, and we further pledge to serving the businesses of Chaguanas and our nation, Trinidad and Tobago. With this, we want to pledge our dedication and commitment to enhance growth and development of the business community. No event can be successful without the people who dedicate their resources and time to making sure everything is faultless. Nisha, thank you for your support, and as Richie said, you always shine at these events. We thank Andy and Associates Sound Systems for providing us the audio system, and of course, and most importantly, the members of the media for your continued support towards our Chamber. A special thanks to the management and staff of Passage to Asia. Raj, I know you from so small. For a wonderful venue and for a wonderful host. And I'm sure we're going to have delectable delights this evening. With that in mind, please stay a bit, have a bite to eat, have some scotch, mix and mingle, get to know each other, and with God's grace, a safe journey home, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. The floor is open if anyone would like to say a few words before we go, or just mix and mingle.
Alright everyone, we have come to the conclusion of tonight's event. You can feel free to partake at the bar. It is open, there are finger foods, and there are light refreshments. Good evening and have a blessed night.